Welcome to the Royal Rumble episode of These Two Smarks. Get ready for some predictions and hot takes that will throw your attention right over the top rope. I'm Alex, the armchair booker. That's Michelangelo Garcia, the world's greatest referee.
That's right, the world's greatest referee coming right at you. And hey, Alex, can you tell us a little bit about that wrestling tee you're wearing?
Oh, this old thing right here. This is a Cody Rhodes American Nightmare t-shirt. It's got his American Nightmare emblem with some vertical lines and the American flag colors. I got it on www.shop.com. Unfortunately, it is sold out. You got to act fast on shirts like this. But good news, there's a lot of other shirts that look exactly like this.
Alex, in exactly 1 week, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, January 31st, we got the Men's Royal Rumble and the Women's Royal Rumble.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with Gunther, last year's King of the Ring winner. Gunther is my choice for this year's 2026 Royal Rumble win.
Okay, actually, we both share the same prediction for the Men's Royal Rumble. I also think Gunther is going to win. He beat John Cena. He retired John Cena. Before that, he retired Goldberg. I mean, this guy is on a roll, and anyone that makes John Cena tap out should be winning the Royal Rumble that year. Let's talk about the runner-up for the Men's Royal Rumble. Who do you think is going to be the runner-up?
Oh, man, so this was a tough choice for me. But I'm going to have to go with a tried and true pick here and go with Roman Reigns as the runner-up. Even though he's not, officially listed or announced in the Rumble, you gotta believe that he's going to be in it. And what better person to sort of pass the torch up for next up WrestleMania main eventer than Roman Reigns?
Okay, my prediction for the runner-up, I think it's actually going to be Cody Rhodes. I think it's going to be a full circle moment if Gunther eliminates Cody Rhodes the way that Cody Rhodes eliminated Gunther the first time he won the Royal Rumble.
That would be very poetic and very fun to see happen in a story. Interesting pick. I like that.
Now, let's talk about the final four participants in the Royal Rumble.
Yes, the coveted Final Four.
Typically, this is the most, or at least one of the most exciting parts in every Royal Rumble match is when it's the Final Four. Who are your Final Four?
And my pick for the Final Four, obviously, I said Gunther is going to be the winner. Roman Reigns will be the runner-up. The other two men I'm predicting to be in the Final Four are Obafemi and LA Knight.
Whoa.
Obafemi, I think, is going to come in there and clean some house, make a name for himself, get a big push. And LA Knight's been off the scene for a while. Another opportunity to freshen him up and get him a little bit closer into world title contention by, again, getting him to the Final Four at the end of the match.
So for the Final Four, I have Gunther and Cody, but I have Obafemi, and I also have Logan Paul.
Interesting.
Logan Paul makes it to the end of these Royal Rumble matches, and I think that you need a heel of the level of Logan Paul in there. Your prediction for the surprise entrance?
Got several. I'm going to go through them really quickly. Jericho, only because it's been all over the news, wrestling news and the IWC. Just a matter of time of when and where. But I also think Edge, because he's been off the map for a while. Will Hobbs, I think, is also a pretty good pick. And as far as people who have been retired and haven't been wrestling, DDP.
Okay. I would love to see DDP get in there one more time. I believe he can still go. I know for a fact he could probably still go. But my surprise entrant is also Chris Jericho. Hell yeah, he could still go. So we both have the same pick with Chris Jericho. Who's going to last the longest? Who is the Iron Man of the Men's Royal Rumble match?
Why? How funny you should ask. It's a coincidence that I'm wearing his shirt right now. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. As number one, you have to think he's going to last a very long time. If not, like what you said, at least be the runner-up.
Okay, I wasn't aware that Cody announced he was number one, but I'm not going to change my pick regardless, because my pick was going to be Carmelo Hayes. I think right now the machine is behind him, and right now he has a crap ton of momentum. He's putting on epic matches on SmackDown, and we're using him correctly. So I'm gonna stick with Carmelo Hayes. I think he's gonna have a really great showing at this year's Royal Rumble.
Him.
Now, on the opposite side, who do you think is gonna be the shortest length at this year's Royal Rumble?
What's up? R-Truth. Ron the Truth Killings. He'll be out of there before he can ask what's up.
I'm gonna go a different direction and say Kit Wilson. Who will be the one who eliminates the most people in the men's Royal Rumble match?
Man, this was a tough one for me. I was torn between two very specific individuals, but I settled on Obafemi. They're going to have big plans for him, and I think part of the way to establish someone's dominance when you introduce them in the Royal Rumble is giving him or her a lot of eliminations. And I think that's going to go to Mr. Femi, the ruler.
You know what? We have the same pick for that too. I think Oba is going to just tear down the house and eliminate everyone that stands in his way. We had all the predictions, but let's just say, for example, Gunther doesn't win. Who is winning the Royal Rumble?
So this is our wild card dark horse discussion. I'm gonna go with Trick Williams. He's never been in a Royal Rumble. He's not currently in a fixed storyline or a feud at the moment. He hasn't won a title on the main roster. He's having a great run. He has a machine behind him, great presence, great attitude, amazing look. I could see him sneaking up from behind and just stealing the main event spotlight in this first Royal Rumble match.
You know what? My dark horse pick is actually Roman Reigns. I was torn between picking LA Knight and Roman Reigns, but the truth is that when you're trying to sell out a WrestleMania, you know you need Roman Reigns in a marquee match, if not in the main event. At least that's what the company believes. As much as I would love to see LA Knight, I think Roman Reigns and CM Punk have a really interesting story, and I also think Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre have a very interesting story, one that is not finished yet. Let's move on to the females Royal Rumble. I'll start off by announcing who I think is going to be the winner for the women's Royal Rumble, and I think it's going to be Bianca Belair.
We haven't seen her in a while. She could come back and win it. That's not unheard of. It's actually been happening more and more in recent years that we haven't seen someone in a while. They come back at the Rumble, boom, final two or win, or at least final two.
Exactly.
So my pick for the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner is Liv Morgan. She's got a lot of steam behind her since she's been back. They did not win the Women's Tag Team Championships last night at Saturday Night's Main Event. And I don't think she belongs to be in the spotlight of the Tag Team Championship. She belongs to be at the top. She's the top chick in the Judgment Day faction, so she should be competing for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And I think she's definitely got main event WrestleMania written all over her.
For the runner-up pick, my pick was Liv Morgan. I think there's this really interesting story with Liv where she's typically like the runner-up, whether it's Elimination Chamber or Royal Rumble or some kind of big match. Liv is typically this close, and then she just doesn't quite get it.
Charlotte Flair. Woo! I think the final two should have someone who has been really close to winning or has won or is really a formerly established champion, and I think Charlotte Flair checks all those boxes.
For my final four for the Royal Rumble, I think it's going to be Bianca, Liv, Rhea Bloody Ripley, and Jordynne Grace.
So we're half of an overlap there. I've got Liv Morgan and Charlotte Flair, as I said, in the final two, and I'm adding Rhea Ripley. and Chelsea Green.
Oh, listen, if Chelsea Green is in the Final Four, she better win.
I'd love to see her win, man.
I love Chelsea Green.
And we're all gonna have to salute.
Yes.
Look out for the Secret Hervis.
Well, surprise entrant at this year's Women's Royal Rumble. Who do you think?
I got two: AJ Lee and Kaylani Jordan from NXT.
I'm gonna hit you with three.
All right, hit me with three.
Trish Stratus, Brie Bella, and AJ Lee. Those are my predictions for surprise entrant.
AJ Lee would be a good one because
It writes itself. The
it
story.
writes itself, and she doesn't have to even win. You know, like she eliminates Becky, or Becky eliminates her, and then boom, WrestleMania match right there.
That's it. Done. Come on. Hire us. We should be writing the product. Come on. Who's gonna last the longest in the Women's Royal Rumble? I think it's gonna be Roxanne Perez.
So you think she's gonna two-piece? She did that last year. She was last year's Women's Iron Survivor.
You know, it's funny. My original choice was Jordynne Grace. I thought Jordynne Grace would last the longest, but then I was, you know what? I could see them. It's just Roxanne is so good. Like she, you know, I'm not saying she's the greatest to ever do it or anything, but like for someone who's so new, she caught on quick.
She gets it for sure.
Yeah,
she gets it. Yeah, I originally had Io Sky actually, but I changed it to Lyra Valkyria. I feel like.
Hey, I like that pick.
When you get Iron Survivor title, it's also a type of like, you couldn't win the Rumble. We can't give you that win, but we're gonna make you last the longest to show that you've got it in you to win. And I think that they're gonna do that for someone like Lyra.
All right, who do you think is gonna be eliminated the shortest in the quickest time? I personally think it's gonna be B-Fab.
Me too. I got the same thing. I thought that was very. I didn't think more than 10 seconds about this one. Sorry, B-Fab.
Yeah, B-Fab. Like you're good, and in a few years, you're gonna be kicking butt. But right now, man, rough out here. Who is going to eliminate the most people at this year's Royal Rumble? I say Jordynne Grace. Right now, Jordynne Grace is feuding with Jade Cargill. And I think she needs something to make her a credible opponent for Jade Cargill. And I think her having a good show at the Royal Rumble sets her up for a future match against Jade Cargill.
Lash Legend. I think that since she's paired off with Nia Jax had the most eliminations last year, and now she's being mentored by Nia Jax. She's going to follow in her footsteps. She is the newest, largest women's wrestler on the main roster, and by large, I mean powerful and strong. And so I think she's going to take that title for this year.
Alrighty. And our last thing, we're going to do our dark horse pick, Asuka. Asuka, I think, is working her way into becoming the biggest heel in the women's division and just WWE in general. I think she's the biggest heel on Raw. It's between her and Becky, you know what I mean? But I think that right now it's actually Asuka because of the way she's treating Kairi Sane. And I can see a finish where Kairi Sane sacrifices herself so that Asuka wins.
Good call. I'd like to see that.
And then we have Asuka versus Stephanie Vauquer at WrestleMania, which is going to be killer.
My dark horse is Chelsea Green. Again, you know, I'd like to see her outlast or do one of those, like, get knocked out of the ring from underneath the top rope and just chill outside until the end, you know, and win it in a sneaky way like that. I could see that.
Yeah, the way Santino Marella almost won it.
Almost won it. Man, oh man.
What a moment. Listen, if Chelsea Green wins, we're celebrating.
We
okay?
are celebrating, man.
Celebrating. It's gonna feel as good as when Dominic Mysterio won at WrestleMania, the Intercontinental Champion. It was like, yes, finally. But anyway, those are our predictions. for this year's Royal Rumble. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Two Smarks. Let us know what your predictions are for the Royal Rumble, and we'll see you guys after the Rumble.